So today we're driving through Oklahoma City. We decided to take a day trip out here because I had vacation time and we were kind of bored for the day. So I thought it'd be a good time to see a city that I haven't really gotten to see a whole lot of. It was really icy this day, so it just snowed, but the streets were pretty calm. People were walking around, and yeah, it seemed like a good area to be in. I'd only been to Oklahoma City one other time. That was in, I think, 2010. So it'd been quite a while. And we'd only gone for the day. But it was interesting to see how the area has grown over the years. And I didn't really realize, how much of a downtown space they had. So that was fun. One of the places that we really wanted to go to was the Toby Keith Bar and Grill. It's called what was it called?
I love this bar.
I love this bar.
Bar and Grill.
And that seemed really interesting because he's known for that song. So we kind of just drove around. We drove past the Oklahoma City Stadium. And as you can see, nothing's really going on there too much. They've got like trolleys and things like that, which is fun. What I liked a lot is they had a lot of paintings, so you can see that some of the areas have artwork on the bridges and things like that, so that was pretty fun. And we kind of went into the heart of downtown, so we saw a lot of different corporate buildings down there. Mostly, I believe this was on a Saturday.
Yeah.
I think it was on a Saturday that we went to this. But yeah, there's the Paycom Center where Oklahoma City plays. That was cool. But for a Saturday, it was pretty nice. One thing I really enjoyed here, though, was the fact that they had hockey. Like, that's something I'm not really used to living in Dallas. Or not really used to the culture of having hockey in the area, but they have like a skating rink, which is really cool for me.
We have Dallas Stars.
Yeah, but like this one was for, like everyday people to use. Kind of like how they have in Chicago.
Well, back in the day, Coyote Drive-In had a skating rink between like the months of November and like late February.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I remember that. They used to have a skating rink for up until I left after high school.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
That seems pretty cool.
maybe they still do it. I'm not sure. That's something we could check out for later.
Yeah. One of the things I liked about the downtown area is it's really well put together. Like they have got a lot of art, which I really enjoyed. And then they had, some coffee places, but it didn't feel unnatural. Like a lot of places are just like packed full of like Starbucks, which is great and all, but to me it's always nice to have, family owned coffee shops, and that kind of felt more like the vibe here. Like of course they've got, Starbucks and things here too, but it felt a little more natural, I guess is the way to say it, like less corporate. So that was pretty cool. I mean, the biggest thing we did this day was we went to go out to eat, and we went to go tour the Oklahoma City bombing area, um, which I think is one of the best memorials for something like that in the United States. I travel around a lot, and that's one of the ones where I feel like they did just an excellent job honoring everyone who was involved in that. So that was something we did that day. Um, and you can kind of see we're kind of getting close to that area right now. But most of the downtown area is pretty relaxed. And what was nice is people use the buses. Like, that's something living in DFW, which is Dallas Fort Worth, if you don't know. Most people still use their cars, even though we have trains. We even have like a subway system in some areas, but most people just like their cars, which is really nice. And I always love when I can see some snow because we get so little of it. So I enjoyed being here on this day. It was cold, but it didn't feel just like bitter cold. It was kind of nice.
It was rather brisky,
Yeah,
if that's a word.
like cold air, but it didn't feel like your face was going to melt off because it was like so windy, you know? So it was pretty nice. Um,
There's a bus station right there.
yeah, the bus station seemed good. It seems like areas like this are going to grow a lot more throughout the years, which is one thing that'll be interesting to see because, you know, there's so much development in the middle of the United States right now.
And here's what you were talking about earlier, the memorial for the Marab building, federal
Yeah,
building.
yeah, the Oklahoma City memorial site.
I think this was the there's two gateways here, so behind, you can see it by beyond this one. I think that's the 901 gate or the 902 gate, and then that gate that we just passed is the 903.
Yeah. So I think the one that we just passed was the exit. Was is it?
Yeah, it's supposed to represent the time before disaster and then the time after disaster.
Yeah. And like they've got a really wonderful museum there as well. Um it's something I recommend. It's obviously it's a little depressing. Like if you don't know what happened there, I encourage you to look it up. But I just think it's one of the nicest ways to commemorate what happened, and they really put a lot of thought into it, you know. So I think it's worth it for that. And it's also kind of good to see like the improvements they made in the area from what happened, because it really negatively impacted the city. So, but yeah, we kind of go by some other buildings. Like they had a fire station that was really important to the efforts of rescuing people and stopping the fire that occurred on that site for the Oklahoma City bombing. So that's a really important one. They also, just the area in general was very put together. I felt like.
Yeah.
I feel like living in a city that's constantly like expanding in a crazy way can be, you know, kind of difficult because we live in a place where there's always construction, but it's so nice to go to places that are kind of built in like this, you know. But it was really fun and yeah, I mean, I really enjoyed it. What do you think?
I thought it was a pretty cool experience. I
Yeah.
really liked going over there. We definitely could try going back there again and exploring more of the town.
Yeah, that'd be fun to see more of it.